welcome to today's free art lesson. We're going to be working with pottery and fruit today, and we're going to focus a little bit on surfaces and also ellipses. We're going to sketch with charcoal, throw a little bit of ink on there, and then put some light pastel on top of it. I have a piece of beige canson paper that I'm going to work with. Have my my setup here. This is a bowl that I use in my kitchen with some fruit in there. So let's start with the ellipse. We're going to sort of just practice, and if you don't like your first crack at it, this vine charcoal is very easy to remove on this paper with just a paper towel. So, and I'm actually going to make mine a little more open than that. So that's probably the shape I want right there. Now I can see, from my view, I can see a little bit of the bowl going down, not a lot. And the bowl ends with a half of an ellipse at the bottom there. So you kind of keep redrawing it until you feel like you have it. And this bowl's going to need some thickness. And there's a lip, it's kind of a distinct lip that's also going to follow that curve. So just refine the bottom a little bit more here. And that's looking like what I want right there. I also have some patterns on the bowl that I can indicate with my charcoal. Another curve, some little shapes. And as you're working with your pastel, or if you come in with ink or something, you can actually keep refining and improving your curves. I'm doing it with my paper towel here. So just keep working it, and then it'll come out. So I have a great shadow this is casting, which is another ellipse, actually a couple of them, because I have more than one light source on here. And so we get to practice more those curved shapes. And I have shadows in the bowl. There's a shadow on this side, and then the fruit is going to cast some shadows. So I've got 4 pieces of fruit in here, so we're going to put those in. 2 pears and 2 apples. I have to remove part of my bowl here to get my pear in. This pear may go right off the top, which is okay. So I picked fruit of different colors to contrast each other. So I've got some golden delicious apples here and these red pears. And they really have a nice color contrast. Pear has to be on top. Okay, so I have my fruit indicated there, and what I want to do now is just look at some shadows. So I want to make the inside of this bowl pretty dark on this side, because I'm going to have a light source here, shadows here. This side of the bowl is darker, so I can shade that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually grab my brush here, and I'm just going to switch to some indie ink. So this is the waterproof India ink in your set. And what I will do is thin this out a little bit, and I'm going to work these shadows even a little bit more with ink. So let the ink and charcoal work together here. And what we'll do with color is we'll just sort of use color as accent for this one today. So it's not going to be full-blown color, it's going to be fun color accents. What you'll find is the ink kind of pushes the charcoal around. Sometimes they intermix, and sometimes the ink just sort of brushes the charcoal away. So they can kind of work nicely together if you leave them together. I've got a big shadow on this pear here. And pears can take a little while to figure out how to draw. They're kind of an odd shape, and it takes a little practice. Sometimes they look like pears, sometimes they look like unidentified still life objects. So now we're going to put some color in here. So the bowl itself is kind of a light creamy color. I'll put that highlight edge on there, and I'm going to use this kind of ochre color. Now inside the bowl, I can look for the light areas that are catching a little bit of light. And this back area has quite a bit of light. So let's go to the apples. They're yellow-green, and we can use purple as a shadow color. Might be kind of fun. I'm using sort of circular motions to show there's a rounded shape here. And what we can do is we can use this peachy color to put some highlights in there and make that pop a little bit. So I'm going to use a little bit of this beige color to give a base to my pears. And they're red pears. I'm going to get the red here in a second. So here's my red, and I'll build that up on top of that beige color. And the light we can fit in with this pink. And we're going to finish there. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you had fun. And if you want to see a full-length DVD, you can go to see my Still Life Crash Course DVD. And if you want to see more free art lessons, go to jerrysartaround.com.